Hello, Nexus. Please could you introduce yourselves and your company?
My name is Fred Hiddinga. I'm the general manager of Nexus Netherlands, and I've been working here for 14 years now. And besides me, I have...
I'm Erik Toet. I'm CTO at Nexus Netherlands, and I've been with the company for over 15 years.
We make EHR systems and hospital information systems for the hospitals in the Dutch market, and only for the Dutch market. We also do the same thing for the mental care market. And then we have a smaller application for the food care market. And we are the third player in the market at this stage. And together with Oracle, we are trying to climb the ladder and see if we can get our competitors down. We started with Oracle back many years ago. And with our prior parent company, they had a special deal with Oracle, and we were obliged to work with Oracle. And at this stage, we have a full Oracle pack. And with this pack, we deliver our customers a database, a steady database. And on top of that, we have virtually the Oracle pack, a stack that we use in order to deliver our products and to have our products run at customer sites.
The Oracle is the basis for our products, for our entire product suite. So everything that we store in information-wise is stored in the Oracle database, and Oracle has been our platform for over 20 years.
Could you tell us a little bit more about your cloud journey? Why did you decide to move to cloud?
So for this, you have to look at the two markets as well. So we are looking at, for example, the mental care market, where you have the people who work there are more ambulant, so they would need more off-site apps and stuff like that. So what you dare to see, what you really see in that market, is that the cloud proposition really works there, and they're really asking for it. So you would see that centers are getting more and more specialized, getting smaller, meaning that our older technology doesn't really fit there. So if we would come in with our technology, with our modules or our EHR system, then a huge investment needs to be done at the customer site. And well, whilst the customers are smaller, it's more difficult to bear the cost. So what we see there, we want to enter the smaller markets as well. So there's no way back. There's only one way forward, and that's a cloud proposition.
And why did you choose Oracle Cloud?
Well, to start with, we looked at multiple vendors and see what the proposition is. And what we already had is a rich history with working with Oracle. And why did we ultimately choose for Oracle? That has to do with a couple of things. And one of the things is that Oracle was willing to help us because we did not have any experience with cloud. Oracle was willing to help us migrate to the cloud. Oracle was there. They put a team to Nexus, and together with the Oracle team, we migrated successfully the first mental care customer in 1 year ago. So that was the reason. It was really knowledge, helping, and helping out.
Oracle was the logical choice. Also, if you look at the services that they provide in with their cloud solution, looking at the database services, they were actually the only cloud provider that could offer that in the way that they do.
If we look at the database, we now have the Oracle Enterprise Edition, which means that we are very rich on functionality there, and we are able to monitor on a very detailed level the working of our system. And that really helps us also to do our managed services in an appropriate way.
How have you actually implemented cloud within your business model and your business?
Well, the first thing that we wanted to do was make that step to the cloud and offer the cloud proposition to our customers. As Fred mentioned before, part of our product suite is still client-server based, so it's really not a cloud-native solution. But with the proposition and the features that are brought by the Oracle Cloud proposition, we made that first step to the cloud. So it was a logical step for us to go there and to actually migrate the existing suite as is towards a cloud proposition.
Looking back, what are the benefits you've actually now realized for your company?
Well, looking at the benefits, I think it makes it far more easy for us to provide the services, because we have one central environment from where we can host our services. So also that's an advantage for all the customers, because we have one practice, one way of managing the entire environment, and so we can duplicate that also easy for other customers and expand our services in that way too. It's also, from a cost perspective, it's interesting, because we offer now services that usually come from the client side, so they have to hire external knowledge to make that services work. And this is something we can offer now in a bundle with the software suite that we have. So in the end, that is a cost reduction for the customer also.
The managed services that we do, and the level of comfort that we provide with the 24/7, with the monitoring tools that Oracle provides, yeah, that's really amazing for the customer, and it gives them a solid base for their EHR to run on the Oracle systems and on our systems, of course.
It's the first step to go to the cloud, but it also offers us on a functional level a new possibility. So we can also think about if we can create a mixed environment with on-premise apps and also cloud apps mixed together in one hybrid environment for our customers. So that makes it easier for us to bring a new functionality to the market, make it available on a faster pace than we usually can, just by putting them on the cloud environment. And
now for us, we have the next level. That will mean that we'll migrate our total solution into web-based, and then we have a full cloud service, and then we are able to go to the next level, next markets, next new customers, and stuff like that. Also, what we see now is that existing customers are asking for us to have a cloud proposition, and new customers have it as a knockout criterion in their RFPs. So it's of critical importance that we now build on to the next step, meaning migrate everything to the cloud and to web.
So thank you, Nexus. Thank you for taking us through your cloud journey with Oracle. And we wish you all the very best of luck as regards to your Oracle partnership going forward. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Oracle, for giving us a small podium to your ISV partners. And hope this will be successful for them as well. As successful as for us.
Thanks, Simon.
Matthias, welcome, and thank you for joining us today. Please do introduce yourself and give us a short overview of Pike.
I'm Matthias Möller. I'm one of the co-founders of Pike. Pike is one of the top-ranked editorial systems. We are mainly serving publishing houses like newspapers, but also are involved into corporate publishing or special interest publications. The publishers are right in the midst of a pretty fundamental digital transformation. They need to change their business model from a print-oriented business model to a digital-oriented business model. And we are trying to help them and support them in this digital transformation with our tools.
Can you tell us how you have embraced cloud to maybe address some of these sort of digital transformation needs?
We want to have a system that from the start, people directly work on in the system. So you don't need any copy paste processes. You don't need like to send it back and forth and have a PDF or somebody writes about it. Everything is done directly in the system. Everybody has access to those tasks that he should do. And if you think about such a system, you come directly to a cloud-based system. You come directly to a completely web-based system, because everything else just does not work. We think in the process of digital transformation, this is something that really could help them tremendously in getting more speed, focusing on the stories rather than on technology.
What made you decide to go to Oracle Cloud?
First of all, I mean, it's pretty obvious reason. Who is the best expert in Oracle databases and for the cloud? I think it's Oracle himself. So I think it's just a real good starting point to choose the provider himself. I think it's also very important for us that we didn't just want to have a partner who says, well, here are some servers and you can do whatever you want with them, but we wanted to have a partner who helps us also design the best application and design the best setup. That is really helpful to have that relationship also on the technical side to always provide the best possible system for our clients.
Can you just really just summarize some of the real benefits that you've experienced as an organization because of this decision that you've made to utilize Oracle Cloud?
I think the biggest advantage that we have moving to the Oracle Cloud is really the technical relationship with Oracle, to always be in contact with the solution architects to decide which of the technical components could help us a lot. And we just discovered there are some still a lot of optimization possibilities, and that really helps to have a partner that helps us making the right technological decisions in how we setting up the solutions, because that's what you know best.
And you know, we've been working together very closely, and it's a true partnership. I mean, can you comment on some of those sort of partnership aspects that you've experienced between Pike and Oracle as part of our relationship?
I was working very closely with Nicole and her team to get our joint marketing and sales efforts up and running. And I think it's a very healthy and good relationship to also open up the technical space for our customers. So it's not a black box. It's not just a data center somewhere in the world, but it's tangible. There are people behind it, and we can also our customers see that we are in close relationship with Oracle to work with them. And I like that working style. If you don't just use a kind of anonymous services, but you have really people to talk to and partners where you can optimize everything together.
You've come on this journey with Oracle, you know, moving, you know, you're from an on-premise into cloud, you know, to really enable and foster this digital transformation that's happening in your industry. Now that you are on cloud and Oracle Cloud, you know, are those benefits, you know, really now being materialized for your customers?
For the customers, it's just completely natural now. I think they couldn't think of any other constellation now anymore, because they just have those topics not anymore on the mind. They don't need any people to think about servers, to think about reliability, scalability. They don't need to have a team who's there 24/7 to work on if something is not working. They're just much more free to think about what's really important for them. And they don't need to think about technology so much. They just use the technology, but more from an application side. So they don't take care about the technology. They take care about the use cases, the actual where business value is created for them.
What's next? What more can we do? How can we make this partnership even more successful?
We still have so many customers that are running our applications on premise. We want to have them running our servers in the cloud as well. As I said in the beginning, we are really supporting the digital transformation from the start, like from a very print focused working to a digital first working. The cloud is the prerequisite for that. And this is the direction we're moving.
I really look forward to working with you further as regards to, you know, our partnership. Matthias, thank you.
Simon, it was a pleasure, and thank you as well.
Hello, OpenWay. Please, could you just introduce yourselves and give us a short overview of OpenWay?
Hello, I'm Dmitry. I'm a CTO of OpenWay. I'm with the company since 1997 and will be happy to be on this webinar today.
Hello, I'm Maria Vinogradova. I'm a Director of Strategy at OpenWay, responsible for corporate and product marketing strategies, and happy to be here. Thank you so much, Oracle Cloud team, that you invited us.
OpenWay is 100% focused on payment processing software. That's our DNA from day one. We are servicing with our software banks, processors, digital wallet players, fuel companies, telcos.
Can you tell us a little bit about your relationship with Oracle, the history of the Oracle and OpenWay partnership?
Basically, Oracle has been selected as the technology for databases just a few months before I joined. So when we started, it was still Oracle 7. So we've been watching the development of technology, and it's quite nice because our software has been developed over the years, and we've seen Oracle products developing over the years. We've developed it into a real partnership, right? Because we have trust into that technology. We have invested quite a lot into optimizing our software for it, and we have become friends over the years. And more and more, that's we see it as a real win-win partnership.
So you've made this decision to journey to the cloud. Could you tell us a little bit about why you made that decision?
Cloud for the payment industry, I believe it was more like it was a necessity for years. It was almost a missing piece of the puzzle. So if the cloud had appeared 10 years before its actual appearance, it would have been embraced already then by payment industry. And now you see how it is getting embraced. And the reason is that in the payment industry, particularly, the different players are very much distributed across the world. You can use your card everywhere. You have your merchants and certainly e-commerce websites everywhere. So it is a global industry by nature. It has to be scalable by nature, and cloud is just a really logical fit. The architectural decisions that we took at the very beginning and that we followed throughout the evolution of our product, at the very start, it was very different from many legacies out there. People will just look at us, are you crazy or what? Why are you doing it in that way? But over the years, the architecture was proven to be just cloud ready from day one.
Can you tell us why you chose Oracle Cloud?
As OpenWay, we are dealing with enterprise customers. And if you look, Oracle is dealing with large enterprises as well. So there, Oracle knows how to deal with the large enterprises. You know what they need, you know what they expect. You know as well how to deal with the startups. What do they expect to grow big? So there is this synergy, and that's what we found in Oracle Cloud architecture that you have foreseen from day one. For instance, that you just need to have the disaster recovery there. It's not an option, it's a necessity to have a DR. You're right, it is kind of pre-built, and it is really geared to run it, right? So you can be safe that you won't find surprises if you want to put their enterprise scale servers. You find pieces of hardware that you would not necessarily expect to find in the cloud, like for instance, Exadata. Where else can you find Exadata in the cloud? Which is great. There is a very interesting price difference. So if you look at total cost of ownership, and I'm talking enterprise customers, it is always quite cost effective. So if you take this combination, that's where we can say it is a cloud that we can recommend as a cloud of choice.
If you were to sort of summarize some of the benefits that you have experienced from an OpenWay perspective as regards to cloud, what would they be?
Time to market, that's probably the most important benefit. Finally, time to market. Because like I mentioned in the past, very important dependency on each and every project was how quickly can you get hardware delivered, interconnected. Nowadays, you can just have that instantly. The other important is the easiness for the customers to actually go for their own technology, to own the technology. In other words, in the past, for the customers, if they want to get their own copy of software like Way4, it would mean a lot of investment into the infrastructure. Now, when you take this out of the equation and potentially you take out the technical operations as well, it made it much easier for the customers really to decide to go with a vendor like OpenWay rather than just continuing in a 100% outsourced model.
Could you comment on some of the business partnering that you're doing with Oracle around go-to-market and how you're looking to work with Oracle as regards to maybe capturing new markets, new customers, etc.?
What we see is a real partnership, and that's really very different from I would say even that's different from Oracle that we knew in the past. It changed totally. I would say changed really. Over the last, I would say 5, 6, 7 years, progressively changed, and now it's a completely different view. And what we also see is that in Oracle, we feel that there is this, I would say that you guys really care about vendors. We don't feel like we are just one in a million somewhere there, hidden, just a little tiny drop in a huge cloud, right? Mm-hmm. But we are important.
For now, Oracle may be one of our key partners. And next, I would like to say that the contrast that we have, how professionally, but also how friendly your team, and how Oracle can help with understanding the real needs of the customers, and how we can together create something unique, something valuable for our customers. I'd like to say that Oracle is able to manage all this complexity together with us, and we really appreciate that. And we really feel that your approach is very, very personalized towards OpenWay, and we appreciate that, because we also like to use the same approach for our customers, and we understand it's really in our demand.
Dimitri, Maria, thank you. Thank you for your time today, but also thank you for your partnership, and I really look forward to working with you in that win-win partnership going forward. Thank you.
You're really welcome.